Is China more capitalist than the United States? A provocative question indeed. This query sparks a fascinating debate that reaches into the very heart of our understanding of capitalism and socialism, as well as their place in the world today. The economic systems of both countries have undergone tremendous transformations over the past several decades, and these changes have had profound implications on a global scale. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Vision Vibes, and today we're diving into the fascinating world of Is China out-capitalizing America? Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, you're in the right place to learn something new and exciting. In order to fully grasp the depth of this question, we need to delve into the economic evolution of both nations. We'll explore how they've grown, adapted, and responded to various challenges throughout their histories, from the birth of modern capitalism in the United States to the unique blend of socialism and market economics in China. These insights will help us understand the complex dynamics at play and shed light on whether China's economic model is indeed more capitalist than that of the United States. Stay with us as we dive into the economic histories of two of the world's largest economies. Having understood what capitalism and socialism are, let us delve deeper into the economic systems of both China and the United States. The United States, known as the birthplace of modern capitalism, operates on a capitalist economy with a strong emphasis on private property and free markets. Individual and corporate ownership of the means of production and the right to profit from them is a defining characteristic of the American economic system. The role of the government in this system is more of a regulator, setting rules and boundaries for economic activities while allowing for free competition and innovation. On the other hand, we have China, a country that operates on what is often referred to as a socialist market economy. This is a unique blend of state ownership and market-oriented reforms, a system that has evolved over the years as China has sought to integrate itself into the global economy. Unlike the United States, where the government acts as a regulator, in China, the government plays a more direct role in the economy. It not only sets rules and regulations but also owns or controls many of the country's major industries. Understanding these systems isn't just about knowing their structures, it's about grasping the role of the government, the rights and responsibilities of individuals and corporations, and the economic dynamics at play. This understanding will provide a solid foundation for our comparison of whether China's economic model is indeed more capitalist than that of the United States. So, buckle up as we journey into the economic past of these two great nations. Let's first look at the United States, the epitome of capitalism. It all began with the concept of laissez-faire capitalism, a French phrase that translates to "let them do." This economic philosophy, which advocates for minimal government intervention in the economy, found fertile ground in the United States. The nation's founders, inspired by Enlightenment thinkers like Adam Smith, embraced the idea of a free market where businesses could operate with minimal government interference. This system allowed for the recognition of private property, which is one of the fundamental pillars of capitalism. The American economy thrived under this system, as private individuals and corporations owned the means of production and the right to profit from them. Markets were driven by supply and demand, leading to competition, innovation, and economic growth. However, capitalism in the United States has also had its share of criticism. While the system has created immense wealth, it has also led to economic disparities, with wealth often concentrated in the hands of a few. This has sparked debates about wealth distribution and economic equality. The United States, with its emphasis on private property and free markets, is a classic example of a capitalist economy. However, it also serves as a reminder that every economic system has its advantages and disadvantages. In the next scene, we will delve into the Chinese economic evolution and how it contrasts with the American model. Let's delve deeper into the principles of American capitalism. At the heart of this system is private enterprise. Individuals and companies are free to start and run their own businesses, create goods and services, and compete in the marketplace. This competition is crucial as it encourages innovation, driving economic growth and prosperity. This is evident in sectors such as technology and healthcare, where American companies have often led the way in groundbreaking advancements. Wealth creation is another key aspect of American capitalism. The system allows individuals and corporations to accumulate wealth, often rewarding those who take risks and innovate. However, this has also led to significant wealth disparities. The gap between the rich and the poor in the United States is a contentious issue, with critics arguing that the system disproportionately benefits the wealthy at the expense of the less affluent. This brings us to the debate on the role of government in American capitalism. While the system is rooted in the concept of laissez-faire, or minimal government intervention, there's an ongoing discussion about the extent to which the government should regulate the economy to mitigate economic disparities and protect consumers and workers. This deep dive into American capitalism sets the stage for our exploration of China's unique economic model. As we will see, while there are some similarities, the differences are significant, leading to contrasting outcomes in wealth creation, distribution, and the role of government. Let's continue our deep dive into American capitalism. Wall Street, the home of the New York Stock Exchange and a symbol of America's financial power, plays a pivotal role in shaping the American economy. It is here that companies raise capital to grow and expand, creating jobs and driving innovation. Wall Street's influence extends far beyond the United States, impacting global financial markets and economies. Next, let's look at the impact of technological innovation. The United States, home to Silicon Valley, is a global leader in tech. Giants like Apple, Google, and Amazon have transformed the way we live, work, and communicate. The tech sector has been a major driver of economic growth, creating millions of jobs and generating substantial wealth. However, it has also been scrutinized for its role in job displacement and wealth inequality. Lastly, we turn to the debate on corporate social responsibility. As wealth disparities continue to grow, corporations are increasingly expected to play a role in addressing societal issues. This includes fair wages, environmental sustainability, and diversity and inclusion. Some argue that this shift towards corporate social responsibility is essential for the long-term sustainability of capitalism, while others contend that the primary responsibility of corporations should be to generate profits for shareholders. This further analysis of American capitalism provides a comprehensive understanding of its strengths and challenges, setting the stage for our forthcoming exploration of China's unique economic model. As we continue our exploration, let's pause for a moment and delve deeper into one of the cornerstone elements of American capitalism: Wall Street. This single street in Lower Manhattan is much more than a hub of financial activity. It's a symbol of America's economic might. Here, the world's largest corporations raise capital to fund their operations, fueling economic growth and innovation. But Wall Street's influence extends far beyond the boundaries of the United States. It's a powerhouse that impacts global financial markets and economies. When Wall Street sneezes, as the saying goes, the world catches a cold. It's not just about money either. Wall Street plays a significant role in shaping policy and regulation, both domestically and internationally. Its lobbying power can influence economic policy, financial regulation, and even political decisions. So understanding the influence of Wall Street gives us a clearer picture of the intricacies of American capitalism and sets the stage for our next discussion: the emergence and evolution of China's unique hybrid economy. Before we shift our focus to China, let's take a moment to appreciate another significant facet of American capitalism: the tech sector and its role in technological innovation. Over the past few decades, the tech sector has emerged as one of the most influential elements of the American economy. It has transformed the way we live, work, and interact with one another. Companies like Apple, Google, and Amazon have not only become global giants, they've also driven economic growth. Through technological innovation, these companies have created whole new industries, from e-commerce to social media, which in turn have generated millions of jobs. But it's not just about job creation. The tech sector has also revolutionized productivity and efficiency, allowing businesses to do more with less. However, this rapid technological advancement has also brought about its own set of challenges. For one, it has led to job displacement, with automation and artificial intelligence replacing human workers in certain industries. It has also raised concerns about privacy and security, as more of our lives become digitized. So as we can see, the tech sector's influence is a key aspect of American capitalism. Its drive for innovation has fueled economic growth, but it has also created new challenges that society must grapple with. Understanding this dynamic gives us a fuller picture of American capitalism and sets the stage for our exploration of China's hybrid economy. As we transition from the influence of the tech sector in the United States to the unique economic model of China, let's pause to consider a pivotal aspect of modern capitalism: corporate social responsibility, or CSR. CSR refers to the self-regulating business model that helps a company be socially accountable to itself, its stakeholders, and the public. It is a mechanism through which corporations can address economic disparities and foster a more equitable society. Corporations, especially those in the tech sector, have increasingly adopted CSR initiatives as a way to give back to their communities. Whether it's through philanthropic donations, environmental sustainability efforts, or diversity and inclusion initiatives, these corporations are aiming to make a positive impact on society. However, the concept of CSR is not without controversy. Some critics argue that it's incompatible with the fundamental principles of capitalism, which prioritize profit above all else. Others believe that CSR initiatives can often be more about improving a company's public image rather than making a genuine impact. The debate around CSR is a reflection of the ongoing evolution of capitalism as businesses grapple with their role in addressing societal challenges. This discussion on CSR rounds out our deep dive into American capitalism and sets the stage for our exploration of China's hybrid economy, a stark contrast to the American model. Now let's divert our focus to China, a fascinating blend of socialism and capitalism. China's economic structure is recognized as a socialist economy. This amalgamated system merges components of socialism and capitalism alike. The tenet of a socialist market economy was formally adopted in China in 1992. This constituted a notable transition from China's earlier centrally administered economy, which was profoundly shaped by the Soviet model. In the newly adopted system, the state perseveres to hold proprietorship over crucial sectors like infrastructure, energy, and banking, albeit permitting market-influenced reforms. Reforms have generated opportunities for private enterprises, foreign investments, and market rivalry. This fusion of state ownership and market mechanisms has spurred China's rapid economic development. Indeed, China's economy has expanded at an unparalleled pace over the preceding 4 decades, elevating hundreds of millions of citizens out of poverty. Yet, this model has also contributed to social disparity. The economic chasm between the affluent and the indigent in China has grown, with wealth often being amassed in the hands of individuals with political affiliations. China, with its blend of state ownership and market reforms, illustrates a unique instance of a socialist market economy. Its model provides a stark contrast to the American capitalist system, which we will delve into in the subsequent scenes. Before we embark on this historical expedition, let's first grasp the core concepts of 2 economic systems, capitalism and socialism. We begin with capitalism, an economic model anchored on the cornerstones of private property rights and open markets. Within capitalism, individuals and commercial entities possess the means of production and the privilege to amass profits from them. The unseen market force, steered by supply and demand, sets the prices and disbursement of commodities. This system nurtures rivalry and novelty, but it could also result in economic imbalances and of wealth. Switching gears, we move on to socialism. This model operates on the principle of shared or state proprietorship over the means of production. In a socialist framework, wealth and influence are more equitably dispersed across the citizenry, aiming to diminish economic disparities. The government plays a pivotal role in deciding what, how, and for whom goods and services are produced. These 2 systems are more than their textbook definitions. They're about comprehending the influence they wield on society. Capitalism, emphasizing competition and profit, can trigger economic expansion and novelty, potentially generating wealth, albeit unevenly distributed. Conversely, socialism zeroes in on equality and common ownership, which can alleviate economic inequality, but could also curb personal liberty and economic incentives. It's impertinent to mention that the current global economies are generally not purely capitalist or socialist. They are, in fact, mixed economies that incorporate elements from both, attempting to strike a balance between the merits of economic rivalry and the necessity for societal welfare. Armed with a clearer understanding of these concepts, we are now ready to set off on our exploration of the economic evolution of the United States and China. The United States, often called the land of opportunity, has been a shining beacon of capitalism for ages. Our story begins with the Industrial Revolution in the late 18th century, a time of remarkable transformation for America. Technological advances sparked rapid industrial growth, factories sprung up like mushrooms, and cities began to expand as the economy flourished. This era marked the birth of the American dream as people swarmed to these blooming urban areas in hope of a better future. Now let's jump ahead to the Roaring '20s, an era of remarkable economic growth and prosperity. The United States was at the forefront of global industrial production and the economy was thriving. But this financial was fleeting. The Wall Street crash of 1929 ushered in the Great Depression, a period of extensive and economic turmoil, yet the post-World War II era revitalized the economy, with the United States rising as the leading global economic power. The manufacturing sector was thriving, the middle class was growing, and economic policies were sculpted to ignite consumerism and foster economic stability. Throughout these varying periods, capitalism's principles remained at the heart of the American economy, with private ownership, competition, and profit pursuit acting as the engines for economic growth and evolution. Despite facing challenges like income inequality, poverty, and economic recessions, the States has largely succeeded in sustaining a capitalist economy. As we know, the United States has been an undeniable capitalist dynamo, but what about China? China, a nation that was once predominantly agricultural, has witnessed an economic metamorphosis that stands unparalleled in recent history. The voyage of the Middle Kingdom from paddy fields to becoming the world's manufacturing powerhouse is a narrative of tenacity, strategic moves, and an exceptional fusion of economic ideologies. The mid-20th century, marked by Chairman Mao Zedong's reign, was characterized by a planned economy, a model deeply embedded in socialist principles that governed both production and pricing. All means of production were state-owned, with a significant emphasis on heavy industry. However, this strategy was not without its drawbacks. The Great Leap Forward and the Cultural Revolution, Mao's ambitious endeavors, wreaked havoc on the causing widespread famine and economic stagnation. As the late 70s approached, change was in the air. Deng Xiaoping, the mastermind behind China's economic reforms, spearheaded a period of socialism with Chinese characteristics. He initiated a wave of economic reforms, moving away from a centrally planned economy to one more attuned to market forces. The government eased its control over various sectors, paving the way for private enterprises to coexist and thrive alongside state-owned ones. Special economic zones were set up, luring foreign investors with enticing opportunities. Fast forward to the present, and China has emerged as the world's second-largest economy. It's a hub for manufacturing and technology, housing giants like Alibaba and Tencent. It's important, however, not to forget the significant role that the state still plays in the economy, controlling key sectors like energy, telecommunications, and finance. This equilibrium between state control and market liberty is a defining feature of China's economic model. What does this all entail? Chinese economic progression has undeniably been marked by a tilt towards capitalism while maintaining strong vestiges of its socialist past. China's financial odyssey is an intriguing amalgamation of socialism and capitalism. But does this make it more capitalist than the United States? Having journeyed through the economic paths of the United States and China, we're now primed to address original query. Let's commence by juxtaposing their economic frameworks. The United States, frequently hailed as the model of capitalism, champions private entity control over production and consumer liberty and selection. It fosters competition and innovation, with governmental involvement primarily aiming to safeguard public interest and uphold market rivalry. Contrarily, China, while in name a socialist nation, has in recent times leaned towards market-friendly strategies. A boom in private businesses is evident, and foreign investments are greeted warmly. Despite this, the government maintains substantial influence directing crucial industries and steering economic progression. Does this imply that China's contemporary economic structure is more capitalist than that of the United? On the face of it, it may appear so. The swift expansion of private businesses in China, together with an advocacy for international trade, certainly resonates capitalist concepts. However, an important point to note is that while the Chinese market has liberalized, it remains closely supervised and directed by the state. This form of state capitalism starkly differs from the laissez-faire principles that undergird American capitalism. In the United States, on the other hand, capitalism is balanced by societal policies that ensure a safety net for its inhabitants. This is observable through programs like Social Security, unemployment benefits, and public healthcare initiatives. These components, while fostering a level of social welfare, do not diminish the country's capitalist essence. So, in summary, while China has integrated capitalist methods to fuel its economic advancement, it hasn't wholeheartedly accepted capitalism as the United States has. The government's dominant role in China's economy, compared to the more restrained approach of the US administration, underscores this fundamental disparity. The response isn't as clear-cut as it might appear. mirroring the intricacies of both nations' economic landscapes. Let's take a moment to reflect on our economic journey today. We set off on an intriguing exploration, delving deep into the intricate definitions of capitalism and socialism. We discovered that these systems aren't simply absolutes, as they flourish in diverse shades across different nations. Our learning curve then ascended to understanding the American economic evolution, tracing its transition from a laissez-faire capitalism to now a mixed economy. Contrarily, we navigated through China's transformation from a strictly regulated socialist model to a distinctive fusion of socialism with Chinese characteristics. The heart of our discourse was a comparative study of these two economic superpowers. We analyzed how the states, despite its capitalist image, has substantial government intervention in its economic framework. On the flip side, China, while preserving a socialist political setup, has incorporated capitalist strategies within its economic operations. The conversation around whether China is more capitalist than the United States is ongoing, but one conclusion remains constant. Both nations possess distinctive economic models carved by their unique historical contexts. Thank you for joining us on this journey. That's all for today, folks. Remember to keep practicing, keep exploring, and keep pushing your limits. Until next time, take care and be happy. Is China out-capitalizing America?